What is up? My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist with AMOLand.com. I concentrate on 2A issues. I investigate the agencies of the government that want to violate your rights to bear arms, as well as the industry. I'm also a gun rights activist. I work in the state of Virginia. And with that said, today's story is about the ATF and a little leaked document I have. I'll be right back and we'll talk about that. All right, guys, I am back. John Crump here. Before we get into everything, check out Tusk. Tusk is the only gun-friendly cryptocurrency on the market. Roll the commercial.
Proudly sponsored by TUSC, the only cryptocurrency designed with the firearms market in mind, with 3-second processing times. It's the fastest cryptocurrency on the planet. With lower transaction fees than traditional credit cards. It's perfect for your e-commerce needs. For gun guys, by gun guys. Visit TUSC.network for more information and join the digital revolution.
I'm also brought to you by Black Swan Tactical. That's my t-shirt shop that's online. That's how I pay for all my investigations and all my projects. Check out this commercial. We'll be right back.
Black Swan Tactical, your number one source for 2A streetwear. With shirts, mugs, hats, patches, flags, and more. There's always something to help you rep the 2A community. All proceeds go back into our projects. Viewers and listeners can take an additional 10% off with code CRUMPY. Unapologetically pro-gun, pro-liberty, and pro-freedom gear for the front lines of the culture war.
All right, we're back. 2 commercials out. Boom. Out of the way. Figured that would be easier than doing some spiel about some stuff. Plus, I just wanted to show off my commercials because I think they're kind of cool. I made them myself. All right, now, the document that I have is called Reimagine and Recommit, the ATF Year in Review 2020. The funny thing about it is they have a dog on the cover. I can't make this crap up. There's an actual dog on the cover of their 2020 review. Someone there has to have a sense of humor. I mean, come on. A dog on the cover. All right. The 2020 review actually talks about 2021 first, and it goes into some of the goals that they want to do for 2021. Some of their goals are good, some of their goals are bad. Like working with Congress and keeping them informed of what they want is kind of bad, especially if you know the makeup of Congress right now. It's not exactly a good thing, if you ask me. But who cares, right? They're going to do what they're going to do, and we're going to have to do what we have to do. All right, so one of the things that they do want to do in 2021 is make sure that 25% of their special agents and industry operations inspectors are diverse. What the hell does that mean? I'm assuming that they mean minorities, which I'm not even exactly sure if they're allowed to do. But I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that some more. And of the candidates to recruit, 18% have to be diverse, which is crazy. I'm sure they don't mean diverse in thought because that would be bad, right? They want to maintain their transparency with the industry, which I think is comical because they're not very transparent with their regulations. But that's what they say they want to do. They want to continue being transparent with their regulations and rules with the industry, which is just insane. They're also going to roll out a new E-Form 4, which I've heard a lot about. It should speed up their NFA. And that's going to be crucial because we'll get into that in a second, but you're going to see why that is going to be needed. All right, so let's get into what they spent some of the money on. First, they acquired $496 million in new equipment. That includes 332 new vehicles for a cost of $11.9 million, and leased 611 vehicles for a total of $3.2 million. It's just insane, man. I mean, I don't know. They also built a new gym, which is kind of crazy. For 400,000, I guess. I have no idea. And yeah, so that's kind of crazy. They also spent $320 million on leased property around the country. So leased buildings and stuff like that. $320 million. They spent like a total of 1.4 billion total. 1.4 billion with a B. All right. This is kind of disturbing here. The next part. They talk about their civil asset forfeitures, which means they can take your property without due process. Basically, what they do is they charge the money of the item. So it'll be like the United States of America versus $25,000 in cash or whatnot. So they use that to seize 107,372 property items, and they destroyed 93,835 property items. They processed approximately $25.9 million in valued items, which is insane. They served 12,000 seizure notices, which is insane. And this is going to hurt. They destroyed 21,000 firearms and 43,000 pounds of ammunition. Oh my God, that hurts. That hurts bad, man. I don't know. Should I continue reading? I guess I have to. All right. So they processed $65.8 million worth of NFA items. So that's how much money they collected with a bunch of tax stamps that they have listed here. Interesting enough, the total amount of NFA items was 112,315 applications for NFA items. That's a lot of NFA items, and they added more than 129,792 FFLs. But yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of things that they added. They also traced a little bit under 500,000 firearms in the trace division. Most of their cases that they processed were firearms cases, by the way. I'm not going to get into the exact number. But yeah, it's really funny. This whole document has tons of pictures of dogs all through it for like no reason at all. I wish I can show you it, but I don't want to burn my source too much. So let's just do that. What I'm doing now is skipping a bunch of arson stuff. All right. So they reported 5,961 stolen firearms in 2020 and 308 that were taken from robberies, which is kind of crazy because there's only 22 robberies and they took 308 firearms and 22 robberies. Of the 5,961 firearms that were stolen through burglaries, that was stolen in 492 burglaries, which is kind of crazy. And they talk a lot about going to different industry events and public affairs. They released a little bit over 1,500 press releases, nothing there. They did publish 312 new Spanish web pages. So now they have 754 Spanish web pages. Kind of weird that they would include that in their year in review, but hey, what am I to say? It's just insane. The civil assets forfeiture, they talk about how like they see so much and so many different things and $5 million in cash and currency assets. It's just crazy. I don't like civil asset forfeitures, and neither should you. With that said, most of the stuff is very bland. It talks about some VPN stuff, more pictures of dogs, some human resources reports, and yeah, and how they go out to schools. They talk about SHOT Shows, and with that, more dogs, and that is it. I just wanted to make a little video here to explain about this whole document thing, which is kind of crazy, but whatever. It is what it is. We will fight on, and yeah, I'll keep on dumping documents out. All right. My name is John Crump. I have a Patreon, patreon.com/John Crump. If you like me, that's how you support me. My Patreon. I also actually don't have a join button. On my live channel, John Crump Live, I have a join button. You can join over there. But I do have a Patreon you can hit up here. Check out my other channel, John Crump Live, which I do my live streams, and I do fireside chats and some other stuff. It's really cool. I do some panels, some really awesome stuff. It's a lot of fun. You come over there, John Crump Live, and have fun. Follow me on Instagram. And with that said, keep in the fight. Stay ever vigilant. Stay ever free. And with that, I am out. See you guys later. Peace.